I'm Nina Angelovska from North Macedonia, entrepreneur, a co-founder of Grouper.mk, president of the Macedonian E-commerce Association, and UNCTAD eTrade for Women advocate for the Balkans. I developed the passion for e-commerce actually while I was studying at the Faculty of Economics at the e-business department. It was a newly introduced department. And I graduated a student of the year. It was the same year, I was 21 years old, when I won at a most innovative business plan competition, which was outside the faculty. And I got a small grant. It was a big check, but it was a small grant looking from today's perspective. It was 5,000 euro. This was a grant to start the business. And this was actually, I think, the main incentive for me to dive right away on my entrepreneurial journey right after graduating to launch a business. So the business model of group buying was a new business model that appeared more than a decade ago. And we were the first ones to launch it in North Macedonia at times when e-commerce was almost non-existent. So me and my co-founders were very enthusiastic, although the landscape was that it was not the good time to launch an e-commerce business. The numbers were not so promising, but we were enthusiastic that we will transform and change the e-commerce market by offering great deals and by trying to basically create the market by educating the businesses who are not online, and on the other hand, the consumers who were basically not shopping online back then, not using their payment cards. So yes, it was an interesting journey, and we embarked with a lot of enthusiasm. And of course, over the next 10 years, a lot of hard work followed. I think launching Grouper itself was the biggest challenge itself, because as I mentioned, we started the business when e-commerce was practically not existent or in a very nascent phase in North Macedonia. It was 2010 when we were preparing, and we launched in 2011. So the biggest challenge was that we had to create the market for ourselves in order to succeed, in order to grow the business. We had to educate the customers on one hand, and on the other hand were the businesses who we were trying to get on board about being excited about selling online, about going online. And over the course of the whole journey, we faced a lot of challenges, a lot of some were more, let's say, hard and demanding, all of them of different nature. But I think that we were always eager and had the attitude that to see each obstacle as a challenge. And after 10 years, I can say that these challenges actually we are grateful for them, because those are the ones that made us stronger, more knowledgeable, made us more prepared for the future and for the upcoming challenges. I think that entrepreneurship is not easy. There will always be challenges wherever we go. We need to be positive about these obstacles on our way, and try to solve them as we go, because these are like rocks that are standing on our way to success. I think that our business is based on digital technologies. But it's interesting because the model of group buying, this is how Grouper started. Of course, over the years it adapted and grew, and we introduced a lot of innovation. But if we take a look at the business model of group buying, like many other business models, digital technologies basically transformed a very traditional model that existed since the 18th and 19th century. So back then, people would group themselves into cooperations and clubs to get discounts in a form of group buying. And actually the business model of group buying was transformed by digital technologies and was made for the digital world, of course, with a lot of new opportunities that technologies bring. So basically our model is transformed by the technologies. But if I would share another example, let's say how technologies advanced and developed over the years and how we were always adapting and introducing new things because of this development of technologies. For instance, when we launched the mobile application 2014, Grouper was the first to launch an application that introduced e-commerce and payment and online shopping. So if we compare to 2011 and 12 and 13, people had to print their coupons and vouchers that they were shopping, and we had to bring these printed papers to the merchants to have the list so that they check each voucher. And when we introduced, for instance, the mobile application, it introduced, of course, the digital vouchers with a QR code, and people did not have to print anymore. This was a new convenient model. But on the other hand, it's interesting that we had to also impact how merchants were building this trust into technology, because most of them, for instance, preferred the printed papers. They would say, yes, but we prefer the printed papers. I'm not sure if the scanning of the barcode is safe enough. So this was, I would say, a period where we were educating as well businesses on how to embrace the new technologies and the convenience that it offers. Of course, we made an impact. It was not always easy, having in mind that change is never easy and most of the people are reluctant to change. But over the years, as I said, with each other advancement or trend or new things that were coming into technology, all businesses have to adapt and change if they want to keep their growth. So we had to change all the time because of technologies and with technologies. I think a lot more needs to be done. A lot has been done over the course of the past years, but still we are somehow, I think, moving very slowly. We're not satisfied with the progress made and we need to speed up, I think, and for that we need to empower women to play a more active role, especially in the digital transformation and in the digital economy, because at the end of the day, the digital world has by far more potential to be more equal than the traditional one. So, for instance, this is a complex, I would say, issue, a complex matter on what we need to do, because everybody has to play their role. Be that each and every one of us, the governments, the businesses, the private sector, the non-government sector, the donors, and everybody's trying to do something, let's say, but we need a more, I would say, more inclusive approach, and we need to have in mind that we can affect also little girls so that they want and love technologies, because the world and the future is digital, so that since they are little, they develop that passion for technologies. Then, of course, we need to changes in our educational systems, more to wake up the entrepreneurial spirit in each and every one of us, and we need capacity building to enhance and to promote digital skills. We need to challenge the digital stereotypes if we want to see more women in digital, in tech, in entrepreneurship. Of course, there are the role model programs, the advocacy, the mentoring, and all these things put together. If we take small steps, we can make a bigger change, and we need to believe that each and every one of us can make a change, regardless in which position, which country, and wherever we are. I would say launching Grouper, growing it, transforming the e-commerce market, and then after a decade of a thrilling entrepreneurial journey, making a successful exit is the biggest success of me and my team. And I think that today, after a thrilling journey, I would say Grouper has been a hell of a ride for us. I am grateful for all the struggles, for all the challenges, because that is what makes us stronger and wiser and smarter for the future. To be an ambitious and inspiring woman, striving to succeed, to make a change, means to be always ready to fight prejudice, to prove yourself, to prove your competencies, to care, to balance, to make compromises, to embrace opportunities as they present. So yes, it's not easy at all. But at the end of the day, it's not easy as well to be an entrepreneur. And I think that we are still living in men's world, and the digital world is still male dominated. And we need more women who will be brave, who will be ambitious to make a difference. Because it's not only the challenges and that it's hard to be a woman, but we need also to try to break the glass ceiling, to aim higher, to have more confidence in ourselves. So as I said, I think it's not easy, but on the other hand, if we take another perspective, a more optimistic one, as I said, the digital world has by far greater potential to be more equal. So there will always be challenges, and we will always have to be ready to embrace them, to overcome them, because at the end of the day, that will make us stronger and better. It's a great honor to be able to inspire and empower women. And over the past years, I've been speaking a lot at a lot of conferences. I've been also mentoring young entrepreneurs and women, not only from the region, but also from other countries. And being able to give energy to somebody and to see that you have managed to make a change, to make somebody step up, and I feel this like a motivation and a reward by all the messages that I get from women that I've met or I've talked to or I've mentored, and this is a great motivation that is giving me energy as well while I am giving. So being an eTrade for Women advocate means an opportunity. It's of course an honor to be recognized, for my entrepreneurial journey to be recognized by the UNCTAD, but it's also a great commitment and responsibility and an opportunity to make an impact even on a bigger scale, regionally and on a higher level. I mean, at all levels. The being an advocate and actually means to be able to empower, inspire, to connect, and to give a voice to other women. This is actually the key actions of eTrade for Women initiative, and this is done by advocacy. Like there is 6 of us advocates all over the globe that are trying to empower and inspire other women, who will in turn inspire and empower other women. Then it's done by capacity building. We are organizing these master classes where we gather, like our masterclass for this year gathers 100 women from the Balkans who are expanding their skills, networking, connecting, and meeting each other. And this is actually the component of capacity building. And then there is, of course, the public-private policy dialogues, trying to push and open the doors for more women to have a seat at the table, to be able more to make a change. And then there is the community building that kind of joins this other actions that are done under the initiative. I hope to encourage and inspire as many women to use their potential, to prove themselves, to be brave, to be ambitious, to prove what they can do, and to take a more active role in the digital transformation. Because if we don't bring more women on board in the digital ecosystem, we risk missing out on a huge potential, and existing gender inequalities will widen. A combination of both. Team player. Extrovert, definitely. Casual. Both. Doer before a dreamer.